Right, welcome, good morning. We have got a vlog going down. I've literally just woke up. It's 6:20, which is a bit of a late start for me. Meg is already on it. How's the check-ins going? You can see that is a very skinny face.
I've not even done my
It's a very, very, very lean face. What time did you get up?
My body woke me up at 5:20 today.
Yeah, that's when you know you're getting lean. I had a 93 score today with Aura. That's when you know a deload was well done. Anyway, this was the topic of today's video. What's today's video?
Deloads.
No. Well, deload vlog, but also diet break vlog. So I'm going to show you what I eat on a diet break and why I do a diet break, what it's all about, and how we periodize our contest prep. Isn't that right, darling?
Yes.
When is your diet break?
Saturday, if all goes well.
I bet you can't wait.
Right.
She's ready for it. She's pretty tired. That's what it's all about. Right, the day started. I'm gonna go and wash my face. See, that's a proper vlog that. Look at the face, see the beard. It looks like a smush beard.
So 92 sleep beard.
93 beard, 93 score beard. Right, let me just get a bit of a proof. Right.
What type of beard?
93. 255 pounds. No CPAP needed. Sleep's got 93. Although my CPAP will be engaged for the off season. Dogs are here. Right. Dogs are here. Full team is here. So, right. Toilet time. I'll show you the morning routine. Show you the office. Show you what I do. I've got my setup. You close the door. Anyway, I've got my setup here in my office, which is all of the lights. We've got the red light therapy. We've got the blue light. No, not blue light. What am I talking about? Lumilight, which is epic. Right, so work block is finished, and I've actually done my check-in too, which is pretty surprising. So 3 days so far. Today's the last day, 4th day, on much lower expenditure. My steps have been around 6,000 per day, and an increase in carbohydrates by 100 grams, which is extra 400 calories to my normal rest day food, and a reduction in fat burners as well, which in total would probably be around 800 to 1,000 calories difference. And I've actually lost weight, as today I'm actually 1.5 pounds down. So, conclusion. In a contest prep, when you are trying to manage fatigue, you will need times where you take your foot off the gas. You will need times to deload, and when you actually take a deload, it's not a good time to actually resume or continue your deficit. Why? A calorie deficit itself is going to lead to a degree of fatigue. So a calorie deficit itself makes you tired. Now, you are going to be tired, you are going to be hungry, it is going to be hard. However, there's a fine line between being in a spot where your body's still productive and you're still making progress with fat loss and muscle retention, and when you get to a point where your body's just too tired and the progress actually comes to a stop. That is a time where you may actually need a deload. But this is where a good coach comes into play, because some people will think that they need a deload and they don't need one, they take one, nothing happens. When the deload and diet break is warranted, you should actually see progression off the back of that, just like I have done this week. So, conclusion. I've just taken some pictures now, and 3 days in, I'm already looking leaner, if anything. I've dropped off a little bit of water, which is a great sign. So that is when you know you need a deload. Now, I will touch a little bit more on this in today's video and give you a little bit more of a brief breakdown and a lowdown. And I will do a video separately breaking this down in detail on fatigue management for prep. So look out for that one. But today I'm going to show you a bit of a day in life and a full day of eating filmed on my iPhone, which is pretty great quality, to be honest. Now, before we get stuck into the rest of the video, please like and subscribe, because there's a lot of people watching this still that haven't subscribed. So support the channel, support me, so I can bring you more videos, and subscribe. Right, work is done. I've had my light therapy, so now it's time to get my steps in, take Mr. C's on a walk, and start the day. days already started, but you know what I mean. Right, so morning walk time. This morning walk is year round. Whether I'm in prep or deep into the off season, it stays the same. So it's a 22-minute power walk. Sometimes it gets faster, sometimes it gets slower, depending on how heavy I am. But generally, the variance is probably about 30 seconds to a minute. Now, this walk is definitely more than enough to keep me really moving and moderately fit. In off season, I will add some cardio on top. In prep, no cardio, just steps. As I don't think cardio is a great tool for fat loss when you are bigger, and even for some of the females that are much stronger, it's just not a good tool. So steps only for me, definitely the best method, and I haven't actually needed to do any direct cardio for prep since 2015, 14, thereabouts that. So that is the reason why focus stays on training where it truly matters. But routine year round remains the same. I think anyone who doesn't have a great routine as a bodybuilder will always struggle to not only accomplish the bodybuilding goals, but also accomplish any other goals they have in life, because they will always be chasing the tail, which is something that we do not do and we do not like. So if you don't have your routine nailed in and dialed in, dial it in. You'll benefit from it, trust me.
From old bonds to new beginnings, because with the verbal, it's all...
So, here we have Meg's meal number one, which is a beautiful omelette made like a pizza. And I'm actually putting the food in the pan. She's got a photo shoot with Bailey, so a little bit of food, sorry. But she's got a photo shoot with Bailey, so she's actually leaving today, meaning that she needs all the food packed. At the moment, the food's quite low, so she only has 2 carb meals of the rest day. First 4 meals are actually carb free, and she's actually been having fish because she's had her teeth done and they are a little bit sore, so she needs to have stuff that's a little bit easier on the gum. So this is pretty much all she's having. Wild salmon, again always wild, and then she's got 2 cod meals, and then meal number 1 was the egg omelette that I just showed you. So, plan of action, I'm going to knock up my breakfast now, which is going to be eggs, egg whites, sourdough bread, and cream of rice / oats.
Always available to us.
Right, if you want to get your pan nice and moist, use a little bit of oil, and then kitchen roll. Get that in, and generally what you'll notice is using a bit of kitchen roll just moistens up the pan, and then that way you have a perfectly lubricated pan for your cooking without things sticking and without the extra added calories, which is a massive win-win. So, secret to an omelette: heat up your pan first, get it nice and warm, and then once it's heated up, that is when you add the eggs. Now, secret to oats is not just oats itself, but secret to good oats is addition of cream of rice. Called Kuba10 at trainbyjp.com. Sticky toffee pudding is absolutely amazing. So what I am going to do is actually mix up my cream of rice with oats. And the texture is just so much better, and it is definitely my preference. Now, my fibre intake is already quite high, so adding more oats sometimes can actually be problematic from a digestive standpoint, which means that cream of rice is a great addition. And mixing both is always the one. Now, for the question is how much water to add as much water as you like. I don't like it like a slop. So for 50 grams of cream of rice oats mix, I will add like 200 mils of water. And then I make sure I don't overcook it. So you'll see the end product when it's all done. Yes, I do weigh the water. Right, that's the pan heated up. Eggs on top. Egg on top without it scrunching. Why? I actually love my yolk to be a little bit runny, so I don't like to mix it in. One tip for your eggs, that's from Dr. Serrano and John Meadows, bless his soul. To avoid intolerances for your eggs, vary the way you cook them and eat them. It actually avoids intolerances, which is a great tip. Something I didn't know, but I do know now, and I've been using for years. And it allows me to eat eggs year round, which is great because eggs are amazing. So, that's the omelette cooking up here. We've got a little bit of dash seasoning, no salt. I prefer seasonings without added salt in because then I can have my salt measurements in my little pot here. I weigh my salt first thing in the morning, and then I can distribute it across every single meal. Meaning that my salt intake is accurate across the day with no variance. If you have large variance in your salt intake, it can actually lead to your body weight fluctuating as well. And that's not really something that's going to be beneficial, especially in a contest prep, so be mindful of that. Another secret to making a great cream of rice is a whisk. Right, I'll cook this up. Right, here we have the finished product. It's been a little bit of a mad one in the kitchen this morning because I had to get some extra stuff ready. Cook the mushrooms, not the next job. Put her food in the pan, make her breakfast and make my breakfast. Those of you guys that comment, Meg does all the cooking. Yeah, who taught her how to cook? Me. I am the chef in this house. She's the sous chef, as they call it. So, here we go. 1 whole egg, 300 mils of egg whites, 75 mils of veggies, 100 grams of sourdough bread. And then we have 25 grams of oats, 25 grams of cream of rice, sticky toffee pudding. We've got chocolate ISO Pro, or might be pistachio. We've got banana. And then we have Meg's breakfast, which is just egg whites and veggies. So, generally, this would be my venison meal. But today, with a diet break in place, I fancied a little bit of a different protein source with a mixture of whey and eggs, and addition of my bread. Generally, this would be a carb-free meal. And today, we have got 100 grams of carbohydrates added. So my diet break is basically addition of this, and then other meals are the same. Apart from, obviously, a massive reduction in steps and fat burners, which means that the deficit is definitely no longer there. If anything, I am right at maintenance, which is exactly what's needed in order to get nice and fresh. Now, the reason why I put my egg on top of my omelette is so I can do this. Now, definitely not hungry yet, but when I'm hungry, this tastes like a pizza. So I'm actually looking forward to getting a little bit more hungry, as I prefer being hungry. I never really like the point where I'm stuck in the face with food. I can genuinely enjoy a meal and leave it there and still be nowhere near satisfied. And this brings me to the other topic. Eat to your needs, not appetite. If I ate to my appetite, I would be 300 pounds. I would be huge. And I think this is where we have a lot of problems with, especially in coaching realms, where I think people find it hard to control eating, especially in bodybuilding, because bodybuilding does drive some poor habits. And generally because people haven't experienced true hunger, just a lot of cravings. I think people give into that and they've got a bit of a skewed perception of what it truly means to eat to your appetite versus eat to your needs, and even eat to your satiety. I think a lot of people eat above and beyond that. I think a lot of that is psychological. I'm not an expert, that's just my observation with myself and my clients. So, meal one, I'm gonna get stuck in, get this down, take you along with the ride.
Horse MD, dude.
Yeah.
Man, he fucking big.
Yeah.
He's really big. If he pulls it together these last few days, he is gonna look wild.
I'm gonna venture to say horse is gonna be third.
No.
Because this is why I'll give you guys my justification. He has the same physique Samson does. They both listen, there's a lot of similarities. They both have massive legs. They both got good arms and great shoulders. They both have a great waist.
So I actually post my blood work up online on a frequent basis, and this is some of the culprits of how I am keeping my blood work in a tremendous range. And this is what I would argue is probably the most valuable supplements on the market that you can use for yourself, alongside of some curcumin as well. And bonus point, anyone living in the UK, vitamin D3 and K2. This is my absolute essentials. I don't travel without them, and I take them year round. And the difference in my blood work, just using them, is pretty huge, to be honest. So I do think the value using them is pretty huge, to be honest. Right, I am just about to do my MK Excellence call. This is our mentorship program that I run on a weekly basis. We actually have Q&As and live lectures. So today will be one of the live lectures that I'm going to cover on motivation and how to uphold the drive to do what we do in competitive bodybuilding, business and sports at a high level. Definitely looking forward to it, because the notes that I've made on today's lecture are a firm reminder of what I also need to do to keep my head in the game and keep things moving forward. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of what we cover in these lectures. And again, that's something that we do just for the mentorship. My clients pretty much get mentored as I coach them, but this is a little bit different. This is more specifically based around education. So that's the pretty much talking points. So basically just talking about discipline and finding a purpose and how to stay disciplined and what it means to be disciplined as well, with some other caveats in there. But another thing I want to talk to you about today, guys, is the diet break and why we need them. So we are now 6 weeks into our contest prep. And generally, whenever I need a deload in my prep, I will always take a diet break. Main reason for that is the whole point of a deload is to regain your energy, is to drop the fatigue that has been accumulated from your training stimulus. Now, if you are trying to stay in a deficit whilst trying to drop fatigue, you are doing two opposite end of spectrum goals. Staying in a deficit drives fatigue. Trying to recover whilst being in a deficit will not give you absolutely any benefits. And in fact, it's probably going to make things worse, because you will finish your deload still feeling tired, still feeling deflated, and you have nowhere to go from. And this is where people end up doing crazy amounts of cardio and go extremely low on food, because they don't manage the fatigue correctly and the body just doesn't respond as well as it should. So that is a big consideration to make, guys. If you work hard enough, you will need deloads, you will need diet breaks, and you will need refeeds as of when they are needed. Refeeds are a little bit different, because refeeds I tend to incorporate on needs basis. So I will work with a client, the checking in, and then the refeeds will be implemented as of when. Whereas deloads are more so, right, this is your training block. We've come to a point where you need a deload. So again, sometimes it's auto-regulated, sometimes it is not, sometimes pre-planned. And then you take a deload. So they do differ quite a lot, but both have the same goal and purpose, is managing fatigue, bringing your body around and pushing you forward. So be mindful of that, guys. And this is the reason why they are so effective, because off the back of this week now, not only haven't actually gained any weight, I've actually dropped some water. So I've spent 4 days resting, doing much less, eating more, and I've dropped weight. Off the back of this now, I will bring my calories back down, up my expenditure, get back to work. And this is where fat loss not only is easier, but you also get a much better response off the back of that, because your body's fresher, you're more energetic, your total expenditure is much higher, allowing you to move forward much, much harder. So be mindful of that, guys, and make sure that you implement them as of when they're needed. Your coach should be able to manage fatigue well for you. If they don't understand managing fatigue concept, I would probably hire a different coach, because your prep is going to be much harder than it should be. And unfortunately, you won't be able to really bring a great package to the stage with great condition and size, because you're going to have to grind yourself to death to get in shape, whereas that's not really bodybuilding. Anyway, I've got my lecture to do. If you want any more info on this, comment below any questions regarding that. I'm more than happy to help, and I will do a separate video, more of an in-depth video on fatigue management for prep and deloads. So stay tuned for that. Right, so here we have meal number 2. Pineapple was here, already eaten, and we have 200 grams of wild salmon, 100 grams of prawns, and 75 grams of rice. So that is what's going to get demolished now. My appetite is good. I'm not really hungry just yet. But I think next few weeks there definitely will be. So that is pretty much it. 75 grams of veggies here as well. I've got spinach, mushrooms and peppers. I do like to have 3 to 4 different veggie sauces alongside of 4 different food sauces per day, and generally 300 to 400 grams of veg and 500 to 600 grams of fruit per day. Now, why do I eat so much fruit and veg? Antioxidants, fibre. Again, something that a lot of doctors are harping on about these days is oxidative stress, and what actually causes illnesses and health issues in bodybuilders. And generally, it is the diet. And I am a massive believer of that, especially looking at my health and looking at my blood work. It's excellent. And I would say I've probably been quite unsensible in my early years. I'm sensible now, but I haven't been in the past. And my health is great. My heart checks out pretty well. Blood work's great, you know, so I think proof's in the pudding, and I think a lot of this is attributed to the way I manage nutrition and the way I eat. Luckily, I've been raised to eat whole foods and a variety and assortment of veggies, meats, you know, even dairy to a degree. So I think a lot of that is definitely some of the habits that I have and continue to have with my eating. And even when I eat off plan, it's never really anything that's that would be classed as something dirty. So nothing really deep fried. Main reason for that is, 1, I feel better in not eating any garbage like this, and 2, my health and progress certainly shows it too. So I value that much more than anything else.
I don't know if I want to switch Justin and Siobhan. Yeah, I'm gonna go Justin Siobhan. Thank you. Sarah. No, I'm gonna switch that back, sorry.
Okay, here we are, sauna time. I do have a sauna. It's a small one, but it does the job. Sauna benefits, absolutely endless. Now, I mentioned a little bit on oxidative stress and managing health earlier from nutrition. Sauna is actually another amazing tool to manage this as well. Amazing for heart health and a great way to help detoxify your body to a degree. So every single rest day, I spend a minimum of 15 minutes in here getting my sweat on and getting nice and fresh. Great for recovery and great for health. So if you're not using a sauna and you are an assisted athlete, I highly recommend it for health and recovery. So get on that. We get in there. Tomorrow we get back to work with a little food drop and the road to Shredsville. Look at that. Oh, that's splitting the bicep there. It's coming. So here we go. Time to prepare meals number 3 and 4. So we've got avocado, we've got rice. So we cook rice fresh every single morning. Reason why? Rice will develop over a starch overnight if you keep it refrigerated. So we cook it first thing in the morning, put it in a casserole dish and use it as of when it's needed. I'd basically only use one batch per day. I found digestion is so much better utilising that. So we've got chicken, we've got veg, assortment of veg, rice, that's already weighed out. This is 75 grams of rice, raw weight, which is 250 cooked weight. And then we've got avocado. So this is how it all looks now. And then we'll have to show you the end product once it's done. So top secret, once you actually mix all the veg and all the ingredients, put it in the pan, season it a little bit. My choice of seasoning is Dash Seasonings alongside of smoked paprika, some smoked garlic as well. Add a little bit of water and then we mix it on the pan. Tastes so much better and it's almost like a stir fry. So I do like to make my food enjoyable. So that is the finished product. We've got 75 grams of rice, 25 grams of avocado, 225 chicken, 75 veg in both, and 50 grams of pineapple in each one. So that is meal number 3 and meal number 4.
12 months or longer. But with a trainer, you could hire a trainer for one session. And let's say you hire either us or Big Mike or Eric or somebody like, hey man, I want to work with you, and just you do one session and you learn some stuff. Then you go back to the gym and you do it on your own for a while. Then now you're applying what you learn, you're playing around with things and learning a bit more. And then you can go to someone else and be like, hey, what does that person have to offer? Oh, you know what? I like what that person did a lot. I kind of like something that this guy did, but now I can piece together and I can make my own style. That's the best way you can invest your money, probably, in my opinion. Because also, you're not
Here we go. Work is pretty much complete. I've been sat in my office working and doing some Q&As. So we've got, same again, 75 rice, 225 chicken, veggies, a little bit of kimchi, pineapple. I'm going to eat this, get some YouTube on. Arnold Classic series, Samson Dowda. Boom. So I actually made a rookie error. I just spent doing Q&A on Instagram for about 45 minutes and I deleted the question box because I was getting peppered and it removed all the replies. No good. Anyway, I do apologise. In future I won't do that. Time to eat. Alright, pal. Cheers, pal. What have we got here? Do you have delivery today?
Yep.
Right. Actually great timing for the vlog because we've got our Share by JP delivery. That has not been planned. So I want to just get that out of the way. That it's actually come today and I'm vlogging today. So that's a coincidence, but we are going to show you what's what. Right, the order has arrived and I definitely get excited when all this comes as well because there's some absolute bangers here. Right, the best isolate on the market, and chocolate fudge is delightful. So we've got caramel biscuit, which is Meg's favourite, my slight favourite as well, I'm not gonna lie, but I do like the chocolate as well. One thing I'm looking forward to actually trying is this one, golden syrup. That's actually going to be a very interesting flavour that I can't wait to try. So I might actually give that a shot today. We'll see. Anyway, we've got the full range. So Meg, just get on here. We've got D3K2. We've got my pumpage. We've got Omega Pharma Pro. We've got Ensure. We've got Dream Sleep. We've got Estro Control. We've got the NMN, which is amazing. We've got Performance Fuel. Got some more tops. Happy days. Have you not took these out?
Not yet. I've not got to it yet.
Okay. Well, we even have some socks, which is amazing. Hopefully you don't still steal these because you always take the
Well,
socks.
they're actually mine.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that's my box.
One size fits most.
That's my box.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because I never ordered the small biscuit one.
Oh, well, it says Meg on the top of that box.
It says Meg on both.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Join in, which is epic. So, here we go. Glutamine,
That's for when I go away, that.
caramel biscuit. happy days. Right, what is this? A little bit more golden syrup as well. Beautiful. Right, we've got our full delivery. So I can see full range. We've got some new tops. So we're all set. Now Meg is going to sort it all out.
What's occurring?
Meal number 5 is going down.
You've got it in the hand.
Already?
Yeah.
So, we actually have a custard cream of rice underneath.
It's custard cream.
Custard
just
creme.
to tell you.
Custard cream of rice underneath. We've got caramel biscuit whey on top. And I actually have got some caramel biscuit mixed in it, which just, it's 10 out of 10. So, I'm going to enjoy this now. And then I'm probably going to have a little 5-minute walk. And then we're going to stop down for the day. So, after this meal, I'm going to finish reminder of my work. Well, any work that's come through from the last hour 30 minutes. And then a little walk, get the digestion moving, get it improved. Digestion walk, get them in. And then it's time to switch off and relax for the evening. So, enjoy. This is how the texture's looking, which is great. Look at this. Certainly does the job. So, 200 grams of berries. I nearly said 200 grams of veg. So we've got mixed fruit here, blueberries, whey, and cream of rice underneath. Divine meal. Hello. So I'm actually watching Jay Cutler's podcast. Is still one of the greatest of all time, and we're getting ready. Meal number 6. So I have got a mixture of cream of rice and oats. The texture of that is actually pretty epic, and the reason why I add a little bit of oats for cream of rice is just also for fibre content, especially the last meal. So last meal, 75 grams total. I've got 30 grams of cream of rice and 45 grams of oats, I believe. And then I'll have 2 whey pastes. I've got my chocolate fudge, and then what else have you done?
I haven't done it yet. It's going to be a surprise.
Okay, I was surprised. So you'll see them products. But anyway, this is a secret to making a good cream of rice. You need a whisk, because if you don't have a whisk, it's going to go a little bit bitty. Bitty, is that even a word?
Lumpy.
You get the drift.
What? What? That was an entrance.
Yeah. And then what have you got? You've got a measly 50 grams, so you can sleep tonight.
What? What are you saying, things? Whoa! What? Ha! Tell us then. What is it?
This has to be the white chocolate. So chocolate paste in one, white chocolate, and then we've got chocolate fudge. So here we go. This is how the last meal is now going to present. So, recap on the diet break. Extra 100 grams of Recap on the diet break. Extra 100 grams of carbs added across all rest days with a big reduction in steps and fat burners. So, we'll see how much I weigh tomorrow morning, and I'll give you a bit of an update. So, we'll do a wrap up before a real wrap up in the morning, because I actually want to see what my body weight does tomorrow. And then I'll let you know the plan of action tomorrow, post-diet break as well. It's quite relevant for the video. So guys, thanks so much. Like, share, subscribe. Take care for now. See you in the morning. Right, what's up, my guys? So as promised, a bit of a wrap up for the diet break. Diet break is since over. and the response I've seen off the back of it has been huge. So there's always merit to taking the diet breaks, as the body then certainly is fresher, and not only we get a lot more out of the training performance, but you also get much better fat loss off the back of it. So already seeing some huge changes, body weight's coming down, we're not having to push hard, so definitely done the job, guys. So something to use for yourself, learn from, and hopefully take into your own practice. Guys, like, share, subscribe, show some love on the channel, and much more to come.